At Christmas on the island of Sodor, a beautifully lit Christmas tree is placed at the Steamworks. It makes everything feel really Christmassy, and all the steamers love seeing it standing tall and proud outside the Steamworks building. But the Diesels don't get one at the Diesel Works, so they are very jealous. One day, Thomas saw the Diesels talking to someone at Apford Station.
Thomas, look over there.
Oh, it's Dowager Hat. And the Diesels are talking to her?
They're asking for their own Christmas tree in the Diesel Works.
What? But what will the Steamworks have?
They might have just forgotten about us.
The tree shop is
We'll see about that.
decorated. Can you get the tree here by 5 p.m?
Of course, Mom.
Excuse me, Dowager, but what about the Steamworks?
The Steamworks?
Yes, the island's most beautiful Christmas tree always goes there.
Dowager Hat had to think. She didn't want to leave the steam engines out, but she had just promised the Diesels that they would have it instead. At last she had an idea. Let's have a festive competition! Whoever can find the biggest and grandest tree will have the rest of the decorations brought to their repair yard.
I might be able to save the Steamworks this Christmas, but I'll need you and Toby to take over my workload while I find a tree.
Of course, Thomas. It's no problem.
Those decorations were ours. You've spoiled our Christmas.
Ah, who cares? The only time you three ever feel good is when you've upset everybody else.
Those steamies haven't spoiled our Christmas yet. We'll win this competition easily. After all, whoever heard a steamy beating a diesel?
Yeah. And the 3 engines rushed off. Eventually, they reached the locking company.
Ha! You see? Thomas isn't even here yet.
The Diesels were brought a tree just as Thomas rolled in.
You've no hope of winning now. This is the most splendid tree in all of Sodor.
Thomas started to laugh more and more.
What's so funny?
You may think that tree's grand, but it's actually pretty small. It's just like your minds.
And in a fit of laughter, Thomas puffed away. But he soon wished he hadn't said anything. The Diesels began to follow Thomas, smutly grinning.
Hey, stop following me.
We're not. We just happen to be going the same way.
Thomas tried to run from them as best as he could. He wanted to ask Henry where the best tree in the forest was, but with the Diesels so close, they would hear the answer too. No matter how many twists and turns he took in the track, the Diesels were still following him when he got to the forest. Henry had a line of trucks filled with lots of different saplings.
Why are so many saplings needed? The forest is full of trees.
Oh, look over there.
In the distance, Thomas could see Diesel 10 ripping trees out of the ground. This gave Diesel an idea.
Come on, you two. Let's go see if Diesel can fetch us a tree.
Ugh, it's engines like you that are ruining this forest. What do you want a tree for anyway?
They're looking for a tree, so they can have the celebrations at the Diesel Works.
Ha! It'll look better in the Steamworks.
That's the thing, Henry. I need a better tree than them, or we'll lose the competition. And then there won't be any celebrations at the Steamworks.
Well, we best win then. I saw a wonderful tree earlier. Usually I hate it when they are cut down, but if it means saving Christmas, I'll do it.
And Henry with 2 workers rushed off to cut down the best tree. It was almost time to return to Dowager Hat. The Diesels were worried that they wouldn't make it in time.
No time to strap the tree in. We need to be off.
Oh dear. I'd better get going, Henry.
But what about making the tree secure?
I'll just have to be really careful.
Quick, boss. Overtake here.
The Diesels went onto another line, but Thomas switched onto it. But then there was trouble.
Nice
They were
try.
on the wrong track, and Gordon was rushing through with the express. They both braked as hard as they could, and they were so close to crashing. As all the engines braked, both trees had fallen off their flatbeds, but Thomas hadn't noticed.
Get out of my way! I've got important passengers with me, and you're on the wrong line.
Sorry, Gordon.
Wait, Thomas!
Thomas reversed. He crushed his tree and he bumped his flatbed into Diesel, who in turn ran over his tree too.
Now what will we do? We don't have time to get another tree, and Christmas will be ruined!
Next time, don't go onto my track.
To be fair to them, Gordon, you are rather late, which could be why the signalman didn't know we were on our way.
We'll have to go back with no trees and hope we win by getting there first.
Diesel overtook Thomas. Thomas also switched onto the other track and started to reverse.
Oh, hello again, Thomas. Did we win?
Not yet, Henry. But I haven't given up yet.
Then where's the tree?
Thomas couldn't look at Henry.
It fell off my flatbed. I'm really sorry, Henry.
Oh. Then we'd better find a better tree that will. But this time, we are going to strap it down.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
After a while, Thomas was ready. Thomas was very careful but determined as he rushed through the countryside. Suddenly, he saw Percy with a line of trucks.
Oh, hello, Thomas. I'm glad to see you.
You too, Percy.
No, not like that. I'm glad I saw you to tell you to go to Brendam Docks, not Tidmouth. That's where Dowager Hat left for.
Thank you. I hope taking over my work wasn't too much of a problem.
It isn't a problem if it means we can save Christmas.
The engines whistled and Thomas rushed onward. At last, Thomas found Dowager Hat. Nearby and aside it were Salty and Mavis, but they looked very upset.
Hello? What's the matter?
Hello, matey.
We were going to have celebrations at the Dieselworks for the first time, but now that the Diesels haven't brought a tree to Dowager, we won't be able to.
You could always come to our Steamworks celebration.
We tried that before, but some Steamies always has a go at us for being a Diesel. This made Thomas sad. Even though he and his friends had received similar remarks, it had never made them as sad as Salty and Mavis were. Then he had an idea.
Mrs. Hat!
Ah, Thomas, at last! Someone who has brought me a tree! Congratulations on your win!
Actually, Dowager?
Yes, Thomas?
I think the tree should be sent to the Dieselworks instead. The Diesels have never had one of their own.
Well, okay then. Thank you for the wonderful tree. I shall have some other engines send the decorations to the Dieselworks. Salty and Mavis had heard it all. Thank you, matey. Hooray, up she rises.
You're a true
hooray,
friend,
up she
Thomas.
rises, hooray, up she rises for Christmas.
So did we win?
In a way we did, Percy, but I gave the tree to the Dieselworks. I'm sorry if I ruined Christmas, but I had
But
to...
nothing. If you decided to give it to the Dieselworks, then I don't know why you did, but I trust your decision all the same.
Thomas smiled and remembered what Christmas was all about.
Celebrations might not be at the Steamworks anymore, but with great friends like you around, Percy, it still feels like home.
In that episode of Thomas Rewritten, music was created by NorrambyBranch, NWRNO6Music, and Purple N2 Productions, and sound effects were created by Sam the Train Fan, Nathan Bassett, and G.W Shunter. This episode starred Suddy Sofar as Thomas, Nostalgia Dude 1998 as Percy, Newt Premium as Iron Harry, Numpty Poontis 8012 as Iron Bird, Thomas Fan 323 as Henry, Liz Productions 5784 as Mavis, and Christopher O'Shea as Salty, Diesel, and Dowager Hat. This has been a Steam-Powered-Cyborg production. The characters are owned by the Reverend Wilbur Tawdry, Brittle Croft, Hit Entertainment, and Mattel.